I'm Emily.
And I'm Eva.
And welcome to our brand new video cast. Discussion with the soon-to-be Arties, a Q&A about all your nutrition needs. So this is episode 1, and we're going to be discussing nutrigenetics and cardiovascular disease. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So we're going to start off with some basics. Genetics is the study of heredity and the variation of your inherited characteristics. Chromosomes are the genetic instruction in all living things, which is packed into small units which reside in each of your cells. Every human cell contains 23 pairs of chromosomes. Genes provide the genetic instructions for all living things. The genes that a person inherits from his or her parents can determine many things, like what a person will look like or what diseases they could have predispositions for. For example, why Emily has curly hair and why Eva has straight hair. Environmental factors as well can include exposures related to where you live, behaviors such as smoking, exercise, and also cultural factors can all play a role.
I know that everyone has been anxiously awaiting this podcast to start, and we've gotten so many questions, which is super exciting, and we're so excited to do this. Today we will be focusing on genetics, nutrigenetics, and how these relate to heart disease, as Anita said earlier. The first question is from a listener named Amy. She said, "Hi, future RDs. My name is Amy, and I'm a 32-year-old mom trying to get pregnant. I am at risk for CVD, and I am wondering if my future baby will go through the same." Eva, weren't you just telling me about the research you've been doing on pregnancy and CVD?
I was. Hi, Amy. So excited that you're preparing to welcome a little one. There are many individuals that suffer CVD and bear kids that then go on to be diagnosed with the same disease. But evidence from studies researching the pathways that lead babies to develop CVD later in life suggests that the mom actually has a large amount of control here. The mom's body composition, weight, chronic disease risk, and overall lifestyle influence her child's metabolism, but most importantly, her eating habits influence it as well. The studies I looked into particularly point to events in utero and early life for the baby that have implications later on in life.
Yes! Optimal nutrition for the mother before and during pregnancy is critical because the mother needs to take in the necessary nutrients and vitamins to support the future newborn. Moms that don't prioritize their nutritional needs sometimes go on to have babies that are premature, low birth weight, or other complications.
Yes, these children suffer from catch-up growth and are not physically nor mentally equipped as well as healthy weight babies. Premature or small birth weight babies are situations where the baby has undergone intrauterine intense oxidative stress, which these studies found linked to predisposition of CVD and diabetes in adult life. The changes in lipid profile, fetal epigenomics, and gut microbiota in these infants underlie the development of CVD.
Could you explain more what epigenomics is?
Epigenomics pertains to analysis of epigenetic changes across many genes in a cell or an entire organism. Not to be confused with epigenetics, which focuses on processes that regulate how and when certain genes are turned on or off. Fascinatingly, an overnourished fetus is also cause for concern, as this is linked to increased adult disease risk. Overall, the basis of having a healthy child is how you treat that child in the womb. My suggestion is to meet with a doctor for proper prenatal care.
Awesome. I just love pregnancy and babies, and just learning about that whole process is just so magical. The miracle of life, everyone. So thank you, Eva, for sharing that cool information with us. So the second question is from two girls, Maggie and Sarah, who both tried out a low-fat diet together. Maggie and Sarah are two 25-year-old best friends who have recently been on a low-fat diet, and they have found that the diet is working for Maggie, but not Sarah. Maggie recently went to her doctor and found out that she has high cholesterol. And Sarah eats out a lot because her job keeps her super busy and she doesn't really have time to cook and eat at home. They want to know why the diet seems to be working for Maggie instead of both Maggie and Sarah.
Well, this is actually fairly common, which is why there is now more research about how your genes can play a role in your diet. So all in all, a specific diet is not one size fits all. So the answer to this question is actually pretty simple. Even though two people could be following the exact same diet, like how Maggie and Sarah are, there can be many genetic factors that go into why or why not this diet is working efficiently and effectively. This can be explained by nutrigenetics, which is the interaction between your individual gene sequence variations and your diet. Nutrigenetics explains better how a person responds to a nutrient. In Sarah's case, it may be a good idea to go see a genetic specialist to gather more information on your genes in order to target your diet to your specific genes.
All right, yeah, that is super important to remember. Never base your goals off of others because everyone is different. So Jeff wrote in a question that is quite a hot topic. Jeff is a middle-aged man who said he is overweight and at risk for CVD. He wants to learn ways to prevent it so he can live a longer and healthier life. He's read on Facebook that keto is the only way to lose weight and prevent heart disease. He's wondering if there are any other ways or diets that could help him.
Let me take this one, guys. So the ketogenic diet has definitely been a question that we've gotten from many of our listeners. So I'm glad that Jeff asked this question. We're going to be able to address it today. So I'm going to go back to the basics because science is hard, and we're going to start from there and build our way up. So cardiovascular disease generally refers to conditions that involve narrowed or blocked blood vessels that can lead to a heart attack or stroke. Cardiovascular disease is very complex and has a variety of genetic and environmental factors. This kind of plays into the idea of nutrigenomics, which is a science that studies the relationship between the human genome, nutrition, and your overall health. There is evidence that supports the gene-environment interactions that could potentially lead to a CVD risk. Several genes, such as apolipoprotein E and hepatic lipase, are providing proof of the genetic impact regarding personalized nutrition for CVD prevention in particular. One of the simplest examples is breakfast. After waking up, most people have been fasting since the night before, which kickstarts a number of metabolic changes aimed at maintaining homeostasis with biological systems. A heart-healthy breakfast that I found in the American Heart Association cookbook might include something like some turkey sausage patties, a slice of whole wheat bread with jelly, accompanied by fresh fruit and coffee.
That sounds so good. Now I'm really hungry.
You're always hungry.
I know. But on a serious note, it really is important to have a good balanced breakfast, not only for these possible genetic interactions, but also just for weight management, cognitive function, and overall well-being.
Yeah, exactly. Breakfast is so important. I know we've been told that since we were young kids, but yet fewer than half of Americans are eating it every day. This simple meal contains dozens of nutrients already known to interact directly or indirectly with genes to regulate their expression. Overall, there's still a lot of research to be done in order to find the exact gene and food interactions. There are many other ways, though, to stay heart healthy other than the ketogenic diet. Lifestyle, exercise, diet, sleep, smoking, alcohol use, and so many other factors play into reducing your risk of CVD. Talk with your doctor for more specific ways to tailor your diet to fit your lifestyle.
All right, thank you to everyone that submitted those questions today. We hope this helps everyone that listen in understand the relationship between our individual genetic differences and how these impact our diets. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye!